Welcome to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where EA Sports presents the NHL regular season game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Philadelphia Flyers.
Hi, and welcome to Philadelphia. I'm Jim Houston, and your color commentator is Darryl Ray. And here's how the goalies match up. Ben Beesbrook will be up against Hasek. To Gratton. Gratton moves it into the middle. Pass intercepted. Schmelik gives it to Shatan. Moves in to the net. To Pekka. Then the pass was intercepted. LeClaire winds up. Shannon chips it ahead to Shatan. Shatan passes across. Towards the net to Schmelik. Cruz shoots. Ben Beesbrook stopped it. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Gratton then made the pass. Philadelphia has fresh legs on the ice. Shoots. Schmelik chips it ahead to Cruz. Buffalo has fresh legs on the ice. Philadelphia gets a breakaway! Babbage made the shot. He scores! Otto gets to the circle. He'll face off against Pekka.
Philadelphia goal scored by number 44, Dave Babbage, assisted by number 24, Chris Joseph.
Buffalo needs to get a fresh line out there. Zhitnik to Cruz. Cruz moves in. To Otto. Philadelphia should be making a line change soon. The puck's knocked loose by Nickel. Buffalo gets called for elbowing. The ref gets ready to drop the puck. They drop the puck. To Dave. LeClaire passes across. Lindros scores on the power play. Nickel gets out of the box early with that power play goal by Philadelphia.
So let's have another look. It begins with a pass into the offensive zone. 88 rep one, and it's in the back of the net.
Otto gets to the circle. He'll face off against Pekka. And they drop the puck.
Philadelphia goal, his 10th of the season, scored on the power play by number 88, Eric Lindros, assisted by number 10, John LeClaire, and number 19, Alexander Day.
The Flyers 2, the Sabres 0. Towards the net. To Nickel. Philadelphia should be making a line change soon. A delayed call against Buffalo. Pekka gets called for cross-checking.
Buffalo penalty to number 27, Mike Pekka, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
The ref gets ready to drop the puck. Buffalo has a fresh line on the ice. Desjardins was knocked down. That's icing against the Philadelphia Flyers. Woolley shoots! Philadelphia with a commanding lead in this one. The Philadelphia Flyers win the faceoff. Leclaire out of his own zone. Lindros shoves. Woolley moves in. Across to Dave. Leclaire shot it. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Leclaire flattens Nickel. Philadelphia has a solid lead. Dave winds up. Hasek stopped that. To Burridge. Burridge misses the pass. To Desjardins. Burridge was smacked by Terrien. Long pass to Dave. Belted and knocked down by Zhitnik.
Lace them up tight and strap it on good when this guy's on the ice.
To Burridge. Philadelphia has a very tired line out on the ice right now. Buffalo returns to full strength as the penalty expires. Hasek hangs onto the puck. Pekka gets possession off the draw. The Philadelphia Flyers lead by 2. Moves in. Buffalo needs to get a fresh line out there. Then Beesbrook stopped it. He covers up the puck. Philadelphia has fresh legs on the ice. Desjardins moves it to the blue line. Clapp winds up. Schmelik moves it ahead to Plant. Plant starts out to center. Plant passes across. To Shannon. Van Beesbrook gives it to Desjardins. Philadelphia should be making a line change soon. To Sanderson. Drews shoots. It was kept out by Hasek. Bureau goes offside. They drop the puck. Philadelphia has a fresh line on the ice. The Flyers lead by 2 goals. 2:30 left in the period. And a great save by Hasek. Moves the puck to Zhitnik. Has the puck on a string. Woolley passes over to the wing. The Sabres will change on the fly. Philadelphia should be making a line change soon.
None better than that stop.
Schmelik starts out. Towards the net. To Ray. He blasted it. Philadelphia leaves this line out for an awfully long shift. Then Beesbrook covers up the puck. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Buffalo has really been moving the puck around well. Odette out of the corner. Van Beesbrook saves it. Van Beesbrook moves it to Joseph. Philadelphia with a commanding lead in this one. Wilson touches the puck for icing. The Flyers win the faceoff. Both teams are passing well in this game. Cruz jostles with Lindros. Lindros throws his gloves to the ice. Cruz gets things started.
That last shot caught him on the button.
And it's a decisive win for Cruz. Lindros will sit for 5 minutes after that bout, and so will Cruz. Philadelphia gets called for starting a fight. Brind'Amour will serve the fight instigator penalty assessed to Lindros.
Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz. A 5-minute major for fighting.
Pekka gets possession off the draw. To Schmelik. Moves in. Towards the net. To Pekka. Burridge shoots.
He shouldn't have to make that save, but he did.
After one period, the Flyers lead 2-0.
Please remember that you will be asked to leave if you are seen throwing debris on the ice.
Welcome back for the second period of this great game. I'm Jim Houston.
I'm Darrell Ray.
They move into position for the faceoff. Shannon gets the puck to Schmelik. Hasek moves it to Pekka. Towards the net. Shatan to Pekka. Van Beesbroek grabs it with a big trapper. Van Beesbroek holds on to it. Grattan gets to the circle. He'll face off against Nickel. LeClaire runs over Woolley. Moves in. Burridge to the net. Stick save by Van Beesbroek. Van Beesbroek slows things down by covering up. Shitnik winds up. Philadelphia having success at both ends of the rink in this game. Sillinger got the puck down the ice. Time runs out on the penalty to Brind'Amour. Moves in towards the net to LeClaire. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Woolley out of his own zone. Woolley moves in towards the net. Odette scores!
They abandoned their goalie on that one, and it wasn't the first time.
The ref gets ready to drop the puck. They drop the puck.
Buffalo goal, scored by number 28, Donald Odette, assisted by number 5, Jason Woolley, and number 44, Alexei Zhitnik.
Philadelphia hanging on to the lead. Otto passes it across. To Babbage. The puck's knocked loose by Sanderson. The Flyers change up their lines. The goalie leaves the net on the delayed penalty call. Shannon hits him. Penalty against the Sabres for hooking.
Buffalo penalty to number 42, Richard Schmelik, 2 minutes for hooking.
Pekka gets possession off the draw. The Flyers 2, the Buffalo Sabres 1. Van Beesbroek gives it to Richardson. Moves in to Grattan. Zubras shoots. Brind'Amour passes back into the corner. 1:17 left in the penalty. Penalty called. Penalty against the Flyers for cross-checking.
Philadelphia penalty to number 3, Dan McGillis, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Grattan to face off against Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets thrown out of the face-off circle. They move into position for the face-off. To Woolley. This is going to be a real test for Grattan. Grattan throws his gloves to the ice. Ray gets things started. He lets fly with a haymaker. And again. And again. Ray turning this into a carnival sideshow.
Not hard to pick a winner there.
Ray lands the victory blow, and this fight is over. Penalty called.
Buffalo penalty to number 32, Rob Ray, a 5-minute major for fighting.
Grattan gets called for roughing.
Philadelphia penalty to number 55, Chris Grattan, 2 minutes for roughing.
The Sabres will change on the fly. Joseph gets the puck to Babbage. Babbage out of his own zone. To center. Babbage winds up. It was kept out by Hasek. Woolley starts out. Shannon passes it across. It's one-on-one. Joseph chips it ahead to Bureau. To center. Schmelik leaves the box. That'll mean a short power play for Buffalo. To the wing. The penalty will be called as soon as the Sabres touch the puck. Penalty called for hooking.
Buffalo penalty to number 44, Alexei Zhitnik, 2 minutes for hooking.
The ref gets ready to drop the puck. Philadelphia has fresh legs on the ice. Schmelik starts out. The Sabres change up their lines. Stoned by Van Beesbrook. To Desjardins. Rasmussen jars the puck loose. Saved by Van Beesbrook. Van Beesbrook moves it to Richardson. Philadelphia is ahead by 1 goal. McGillis steps back on the ice and his team will enjoy a shortened power play here. Buffalo should be making a line change soon. Nickel gets possession off the draw. Grattan moves it into the middle. He's run over. A penalty has been called. Penalty called for elbowing.
Philadelphia penalty to number 55, Chris Grattan. 2 minutes for elbowing.
Terry gives it to Sillinger. Saved by Hasek. Hasek moves it to Shannon. Belted to the ice by Sillinger. Buffalo needs to get a fresh line out there. Moves in to Willie. To Leclaire. It's 1-on-1. Leclaire to the net. Philadelphia needs to get a fresh line out there. Hasek moves the puck to Shannon. Leclaire knocks the puck away. Desjardins shoots. Zhitnik comes out of the box as his penalty comes to an end. The pass is made, but it was over 2 lines. Buffalo has fresh legs on the ice. Pekka beats out the icing call. He blasted it. Philadelphia should be making a line change soon. Brind'Amour gets a breakaway. Otto knocks down Woolley. To Brind'Amour. To Woolley. Woolley gives it to Zhitnik. Grattan leaves the box. That'll mean a short power play for Philadelphia. Grattan jostles with Cruz. Grattan drops his gloves. Cruz gets the first punch in. Grattan has eaten a lot of fist in this bout. This has got to be more than a little embarrassing for Grattan. Grattan surprised him with that punch.
He used him as a human pinata.
And it's a decisive win for Cruz. Grattan will sit for 5 minutes after that bout, and so will Cruz.
Philadelphia penalty to number 55, Chris Grattan, a 5-minute major for fighting. Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz, a 5-minute major for fighting.
Zubris gets called for cross-checking.
Philadelphia penalty to number 9, Dinas Zubras, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Bureau to face off against Plant. The Sabres win the face-off. Schmelik gets shoved by Bureau. Schmelik to Shannon. The Philadelphia Flyers still lead by 1 goal.
Last minute of play in the second period.
Philadelphia should be making a line change soon. Reid leaves the box. That'll mean a short power play for Buffalo. To Otto. He then made the pass. Leclaire cleared the puck. Pekka starts out. Pekka moves in. To Sanderson. To Leclaire. And that's the end of the second period.
The concession will remain open until midway through the third period.
Welcome back for the third period of today's game on NHL 99. The ref gets ready to drop the puck. Philadelphia pushing for a little more insurance now. Sillinger steals the pass. Offside. Sillinger wins the draw cleanly. Sillinger gets hit. Zhitnik out of his own zone. Moves in. Zhitnik to the net. Interception. Richardson over to the wing. Philadelphia returns to full strength as the penalty expires. To Desjardins. Woolley moves it ahead. Odette was knocked down by Zubris. Quick shot on goal by Sillinger. Zhitnik moves it ahead. Burridge starts out. Buffalo has fresh legs on the ice. To Sillinger. Sillinger over to the wing. Moves in. Saved by Hasek. To Zhitnik. To Zhitnik. Zhitnik to center. To the net. Shipnick passes across. Sanderson fired it. Philadelphia should be making a line change soon. Ward to Sanderson. Sanderson out of his own zone. Sanderson to the net. To Ward. He scores! So let's have another look. We start with the pass. He brought it down the wing. He fed his teammate with a pass. Takes the shot. And it's in the back of the net.
Buffalo goal, scored by number 15, Dixon Ward, assisted by number 80, Jeff Sanderson.
Wilson was knocked down by Bureau to Clapp. Both teams are passing well in this game. The play is offside. Buffalo has a fresh line on the ice. Woolley to the net. To Shatan, towards the net. Otto gets the puck to Babbage. To Otto. Sanderson runs over Otto. The Flyers will change on the fly. Hasek stopped it. Hasek moves it on. Otto steals the pass. He winds up. Pass intercepted. Hasek stopped that. To Schmelik. Schmelik starts out. Philadelphia should be making a line change soon. Belted to the ice by Schmelik. Behind the net. Into the corner. The penalty will be called as soon as the Flyers touch the puck. Van Beesbroek saves it. Richardson gets called for hooking.
Philadelphia penalty to number 22, Luke Richardson. 2 minutes for hooking.
Philadelphia has a fresh line on the ice. Pass intercepted. McGillis passes across. Burridge moves in. To Odette. Van Beesbroek saves it. Van Beesbroek gives it to Terrien. Terrien out of his own zone. Pass intercepted. Odette to his own zone. To center. Moves in. To Burridge. Into the corner. To the net. Nickel winds up. The save was made by Van Beesbroek. Buffalo leaves this line out for an awfully long shift. Van Beesbroek holds on to it. The Philadelphia Flyers win the faceoff. Philadelphia leaves this line out for an awful... Pekka scores on the power play. Richardson leads the box as they put that power play goal up on the board.
Here's how that one unfolded. It begins with a pass into the offensive zone. Pekka takes the shot, and it found a home in the back of the net.
Grattan gets to the circle. He'll face off against Rasmussen. Buffalo will have to have another player take the face-off. Grattan gets to the circle. He'll face off against Primo.
Buffalo goal, scored on the power play by number 27, Mike Pekka, assisted by number 81, Miroslav Shatan.
The Sabres start changing on the go. Grattan to Desjardins. Desjardins off the boards to Daig. Sanderson breaks out. Richardson runs over Sanderson. To the net. To McKee. Winds up. Leclerc passes it back. Desjardins was knocked down by Primo. Plant winds up. Sanderson flattens Richardson. Leclerc passes across. Buffalo pushing for a little more insurance now. Sanderson beats out the icing call. Van Beesbroek steals the pass. Philadelphia leaves this line out for an awfully long shift. McKee knocked Grattan. Richardson moves it on. Sanderson passes it across. Moves in. Plant towards the net. Buffalo hanging on to the lead. Van Beesbroek slows things down by covering up. The Buffalo Sabres win the faceoff. Into the corner. The Flyers start changing on the go. Buffalo pushing for a little more insurance now.
Last minute of play in the third period.
Zhitnik out of his own zone. Zhitnik into the slot. The puck's knocked loose by Odette. Buffalo pushing for a little more insurance now. Odette hits the empty net. Otto gets to the circle. He'll face off against Pekka.
Buffalo goal, his 25th of the season, scored by number 28, Donald Audette, assisted by number 12, Randy Burridge, and number 45, Scott Nickel.
Cruz squares off against Grattan. Cruz lands a punishing blow. Cruz closes the gap. Cruz inflicting a serious beating on his opponent.
Oh man, big haymaker at the end.
Grattan will get 5 minutes for that little show of affection. So will Cruz.
Philadelphia penalty to number 55, Chris Grattan, a 5-minute major for fighting. Buffalo penalty to number 24, Paul Cruz, a 5-minute major for fighting.
Time runs out. This one is over. The Philadelphia Flyers are downed by the Buffalo Sabres.